Hi guys and welcome back to the channel. Today I've got two replays in the Soviet Tier 8 Preferential Premium Heavy Tank, the KV-5. Now if you do enjoy the video, as always, don't forget to leave a like down below and subscribe as it really does help the channel. And yes, the KV-5. This first replay is going to be in the Gorinich and the second replay is going to be in the bog standard KV-5. Is there any difference between the two tanks? Absolutely not. There is no difference between the two tanks, except for this one obviously has the Halloween Gorinich skin, and if you own this one, you will be able to use the Awaken mode version in the Halloween mode when that comes along. And then the other one is just a KV-5. It's just a KV-5. You can put whatever camo you want on that tank. And yeah, the KV-5, old but gold meme of a tank. It's still pretty fun to this day, if I'm totally honest. I've always really liked the KV-5, and the only downside to the KV-5 was the droids. It's the droids on the front. Other than that, and the penetration, to be fair. But, because the Gorinich, as you've seen, is fairly mobile for a heavy tank. We're going at 35, 36 on a upslope, 40 km/h top speed, which you can hit. And because you're a super heavy tank, right? Because you weigh a lot, especially if you go downhill, this tank can ram like mad. It is so good at ramming. It will do loads of damage because of how heavy it is. But yeah, the main cannon on this Gorinich and on the standard KV-5 is the 107mm Zis 6M gun, which is actually the same gun that you get on the T150, but they buffed the penetration of it a little bit a wee while ago, and I say a little bit, it's because instead of the 167 pen that it used to have, just like the T150 would have, it's now got 175 penetration on its AP rounds, and you've got 219 penetration on the APCR rounds, which is really quite nice. The velocity on those rounds is actually okay as well, because you have 830 meters a second on the standard AP, which is a little bit slow. And the APCR round is 1,030, which again is not the quickest for APCR, but it's not too bad. You really do feel the difference in firing that APCR as opposed to the AP in that shell velocity. Trust me, you really do feel the difference. But the gun handling these days isn't too bad for the KV-5. With the crew perks, the gun equipment and stuff like that, you generally get the gun handling down to about 0.32 accuracy, which isn't too bad. It generally hits the target where you want to hit most of the time. You've got 2.12 second aim time, which is fine, and that's because you get the accuracy during rotation down to 0.53 and the accuracy during movement to 1.64, which is really good, and that means that this gun does not bloom out that much at all. And with the really good reload, that is the one thing that the Gorinich and the standard KV-5 has, is that the reload is 5.8 seconds, which is very good. And if you can use this DPM, it shreds. The damage racks up so fast, and it's absolutely beautiful for the old KV-5. And the armor on the KV-5 is exceptionally troll as well. It's very good armor, and like I say, the only real weak point that is a pain is the big, easy-to-hit droids on the front of the tank. It's the R2-D2 droids. And they did get buffed a little bit ago, but they're still very easy to pen. The only time that you bounce stuff is when they generally hit an awkward angle on it and they ricochet, which, yeah, can be a little bit painful at times, but when you're shooting at it, that is. But you've also got the big cupola on top. But that means you can pull off some crazy bounces with the KV-5, and because you've got preferential matchmaking as well, your matchmaking generally is really good a lot of the time. You don't see tier 9s all that often with it. A lot of the time you are top tier because it's preferential, which is quite nice. And if you don't know what preferential matchmaking is, because you're fairly new to it, basically it only sees +1, -2, and that is its matchmaking. So what do I run in terms of a crew on the old KV-5? I run Born Leader, Rapid Reload, Sixth Sense, Situational Awareness, Track Mechanic, Steady Aim, Snapshot, Run and Gun, Off-Road Driving. Off-Road Driving to make sure that this tank can at least hit its top speed, reduce the effect of the ground resistances on the tank's, top speed generally, because, yeah, the ground resistances, English, it's hard, the ground resistances are not that great on the KV-5, so you want to definitely reduce their effect on your top speed by using off-road driving. The 3 gun perks to make sure that this gun is phenomenal, which it is when you set it up like this. And then all the rest of the perks are generally what you're going to take on this tank. And then in terms of equipment, I'd run the advanced loader, the gun stabilizer, and optics. Optics to be able to spot for myself, because with this sort of setup that we've got, we can get the view range up to 448 meters, which means we're just above that 445 meter spotting cap, which is quite nice. Again, it's pretty blind, but that is Soviet heavy tanks in general. And then the gun stabilizer to make this gun as good as possible, with the advanced loader to make the phenomenal DPM great, right? So as you've seen with this first game, we've finished the game with 4.8k damage, the victory, 3 kills, 2.1k base XP with the 1400 assistance. We managed to block 3.7k as well. Ace Tanker, the Sniper, the Confederate, the High Caliber, the Steel Wall. Really nice game there for the Goranich KV5. We bounced a lot. We were fighting those two super heavies in the Mauer bracket and the VK100-01P, and we stuck up for ourselves pretty well. And it was a really nice game. It was really fun as well. I like this tank. This tank it's just a fun time. It really is. I really do. I've always just enjoyed playing it. It's one of those tanks that I go, yeah, KV5. The only issue, one of the big issues, I say the only issue, the one issue that you will run into with the KV5 is the fact that if you get penned in the back end, you will set on fire. This tank likes to burn, and it's something that you've just got to be very careful of. You do have a 15% internal fire chance, which is in the middle of the fire chances in general, but it does like to burn if you get shot in that back end. You've got to be very careful of that generally, because yeah, it's not going to be a nice time when you do burn and lose all of your hit points that way. So this second replay, we are on Moravanka, and on Moravanka, I'm going to go to the position at E2 to basically go brawling like most heavy tanks. So we get a nice shot there into the T-71. We tried to go for the shot into the LTTB, and unfortunately the shot on that guy just misses. And I decided, you know what? We're going to be aggressive. We've not really got too much help. A lot of the team is sitting back at C1. But you know what? Screw it. We're going. We're just looking for a shot on the T-71 CMCD if we can. We can't quite find that shot. But there's an Earthshaker. It's like, okay, Mr. Earthshaker. We get a shot through his upper plate, which just damages his ammo rack. The T-71 drives out in front of us. It's like, hello, Mr. T-71. I'm here. And we shut him down. Now the T-28 HTC was coming after us. Mistake with the amount of people that are sat behind us. He gets shut down. We're up to 815 damage with 822 assistance. Looking for the shot into the side of the turret of the Carnarvon. Unfortunately, the shot hits the floor because, well, we like the floor. And, well, actually, no, we don't like the floor. That's why we're shooting it. Yeah, it is what it is. So we're going to push the tempo. We're going after the ISM, which with standard AP rounds, we are not going to pen from the side. So we've loaded the APCR. We're not even going to pen them from the front with the AP. So we've loaded the APCR so we can at least have an attempt to go through the ISM, which we are getting through. Now the Carnarvon's looking at us. I'm like, no, Mr. Carnarvon, go away. I just wanted to farm your friends. But he's pulled back because he's under pressure. Now we've got some shots at the T-28 Prot, which I don't know why I really took that shot, because frontally with 219 pen, I'm not really going to pen a T-28 Prot. It's just too heavily armoured for me. I have to get round its side to pen it, because even these days with 219 pen, I can't go through the turret front anymore. And we're starting to get pummeled by artillery. Artillery is saying, hey, I'm here, I'm in the game. No, Mr. Artillery, leave me alone. I don't want your love. I don't need your love. Okay? We're trying to get some shots at the Earthshaker, but the shot ends up hitting the top of his turret and only does module damage, which I suppose was probably his viewport. With the Earthshaker pulling back, I'm thinking, do I just chance it with the artillery and try and still get some more shots into these guys? The T-28 Prot is pushing quite aggressively, and like I've just said, I can't really pen him from the front, so we ignore him, get a shot into the TVP VTU, get lucky that the Prot actually misses us there, but he drives out, sideways on, the only way we could have penned him, and we shut down the T-28. We're up to 2.2k assistance because we are spotting all these guys. Oh yes, Piggy, Piggy, Piggy. I see you, and we are going to try and get rid of this guy, because always get rid of the Piggy. Good night, Mr. S51. He's gone. We've got 3 shots into a Chi-Ri, which we're never going to turn down because that thing's easy to pen. And like I said, we are getting a lot of the spotting for these guys because we are lighting them up, because we are so front. We are, you know, so aggressively on the front here, and there's not really many other people. Now we get a nice shot into the TVP. The artillery gets lit up, and I'm thinking, can I get a shot at the artillery? Because he's been shooting at us, the equalizer. I couldn't quite see him, so we're trying to get a shot into the ISM that was running away. Now we're going for the shot into the TVP VTU, just avoiding his flamethrower, which realistically is not going to do too much to me, but I don't want to just bleed unnecessary hit points. Now looking for shots into the equalizer, because I'm like, I want payback. But he gets shut down by the Leo. Now looking for the shot into the Borsig, because we don't want that gun turning around to get us. We get the nice shot in. We get hit by a Hei round there, which was from the T20. He must have had the Derp gun, right? He can't have been firing Hei from the 90mm. Surely not. But the T20 got shut down. We're now looking for the shot into the side of the turret of the ISM. Unfortunately, the 219 pen APCR round bounces, but we do have his side. In fact, that's his rear, and we shut down the ISM. Now there's 2 tanks left. There's the Carnarvon and the Earthshaker. The ISM gets shut down. Oh, we low roll. We've got 300 alpha. We should have killed that Earthshaker there with that shot. And unfortunately, we don't get the kill for the top gun. No! RNGY. But we finished the game with 5 kills, 4.1k damage, 2.2k assist. The Ace Tanker, the Steel Wall, the High Caliber, 2,130 base XP. Damn nice game again for the KV5. We controlled the play there quite easily. And yeah, RNG screwed us out the Top Gun. But KV5, it's always a fun time. So as always, everybody, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.
A great success!